Hi everybody, it's Az here from Hill vs Babyface, and this is part 3 of the levelling up from 85 to 90. Now, so far, this is not a previously, so far, this is the new quest area. This is the new area which Blizzard have opened up because they pulled down the Jane Forest and completely redid the starting zones for the Horde and the Alliance, because the experience when you arrived at Pandaria was ridiculous. It really was. It had nothing to do with what Blizzard were trying to achieve, so they decided to pull the Jade Forest down, revamp the areas, redo some of the quests, and make it far more relevant, which they have. It's been a pleasurable experience so far. And I've not really said that too much when it's come to questing in Pandaria, because the majority of the questing in this expansion has been very, very weak indeed, and comprises of about 90% kill and collect quests, which is dull and boring. There's so many more things that you can do, which these starting zones do give you. However, we're now getting to the point where the new areas... Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Where the new areas are coming to an end, and we're beginning to merge back with the old, although it's still new for you guys, Miss Pandaria questing. So I think what you're going to see here is quite a dramatic change in how the questing has started. Remember, we've been on gun turrets so far. We've been brass rubbing some statues. We've been collecting somebody's eyeballs. We've been shooting down gyrocopters. And then we've been killing Alliance captains that, although you didn't see on the video, but I've done it before, if you attack him a little bit slower, because there were quite a few of us attacking him at once, he actually turns into a corrupted Shah beast, and then you killed him as well. So the quests have been relatively diverse, pretty interesting, good fun. So how do the next lot compare? Well, this next area worries me, because I've only got a couple of quests to do here. I've just got to pick up some supplies, which gave me another quest to kill some sprites and take the emergency surprise, which is the surprise that they've stolen. And then also to just go around getting some chlorophyll from those creatures. However, that little blue zone that you saw on my map, which says this is where the mobs are, was so tiny. This is it. This is genuinely it for everyone. And there's only myself and a couple of other people doing it. And it took a reasonable amount of time because the plants were spawning at such a low rate. So if you're looking at that on launch date, that's going to be absolutely chock-a-block in a tiny, tiny area. You're going to get lag issues. You're going to get, the fact that the respawns are so low. That can be adapted, yes. But so many people in such a tiny area, I worry. But it took us on to the gyrocopter. And this, to all intents and purposes, should be fun, because I'm dangling from the bottom, looking really funky, dropping bombs, and this should be cool, yeah? It's really, really frustrating. And I'll explain why. The one button where you're dropping your shuriken on the floor, the circle is so small, and the gyrocopter moves just so much, just little movements, left, right, up, down, change direction. It's so difficult to actually target any of the moving monkeys on the floor. Because they're moving, you're moving, the thing's moving, and it's just very, very frustrating. You don't tend to hit as many as you need to. They need to make that zone for the drop bigger. And then the 2 button, which drops a poison bomb, sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Sometimes you kill some creatures with it. Sometimes it hits the creatures and does absolutely no damage. So I don't know if that's a bug, but again, it should probably work a little bit better than it does. And the next quest is bugged, and you're going to see a huge difference between the time of when I kill this mob, which is one of the parts. It's a nice mob to kill. It now makes the Hosen all afraid of me. I've got this debuff on me, so anytime I go near a Hosen, they simply run away in fear, because I've now done monkeyicide. But look, there's been about a 3-hour difference between me killing that mob and me visiting that last shrine, the Shrine of the Moon. Because there was a phasing issue which makes it nigh on impossible for it to complete that you visited it. I had to do a lot of research on the internet to find a nice little bug to counteract the bug. It took 3 hours. Bloody hell. But it takes us into Lore Walker Cho. And Lore Walker Cho has a series of quests now, which I'm going to call educational quests. It now takes the pace of the game right down. You've done plenty of killing. You've done plenty of blowing up. Oi! Alliance! Out! Bloody Alliance. Ugh, taking liberties. You've been blowing stuff up. You've been Gatling gunning people. You've shot down planes. But now Lore Walker Cho is going to start to give us some lore. Without any pun being intended. This is an educational quest. He's going to start to tell you about the history of Pandaria. It gives you some idea of the sort of feelings behind some of the pandas. Remember I said that a lot of the pandas in this expansion just seem to be complete and utterly unable to help themselves, apart from the Shadow Pan. The Shadow Pan are sort of like the militant arm of the pandas. Everything else, they're either too busy eating cookies, sleeping, doing nothing, asking for help. It's any wonder why on earth we'd want any pandas within the Horde or the Alliance. It's very, very odd indeed. Oh! Taken from behind! Cheeky monkey! Well, it wasn't a monkey, it's a cheeky lizard. But still took me from behind. Dirty bugger. So Lord Master Cho, which does become, by the way, at level 90, a faction that you can gain rep from. And their quests tend to be based on things like archaeological digs and stuff like that. Starts to kind of give you some ideas of the Pandarian ancestry. And it's just nice. It's a nice change of pace. You can just relax a bit, do a bit of reading. You then tell Lore Master Cho about yourself as whichever faction you are. Because this character itself is Forsaken, he responds to me in the way that I'm a Forsaken. If I'm a Blood Elf, he'll probably say something different. I'm hoping so, anyway. An Orc, etc., etc. And then, oddly enough, sends me off to kill some alligators. But what he's trying to do is he's wanting me now to make a decision to befriend the Hosen or not. And these alligators have been going round, or crocolisks, whatever you want to say. And they've been eating the Hosen, but the Hosen are still alive inside of them. You! So I'm blowing up crocolisks. So again, it's just a nice little change from just a kill. Because when you kill, they explode and the Hosen are inside. So I know it's nothing major, but like I say, it makes it feel slightly better. Now, there are some severe issues with the server at the moment. I mean, lag-inducing issues. So some things aren't updating very easily, and it's causing some tremendous lag when you're moving around. You might have seen some of the footage jump in certain places. Now, I've been told that this might have something to do with the 64-bit client, and I should probably change to the 32-bit client for the time being. However, because I'm a man and I'm stubborn and all those stupid things, I've decided to try and plough through on the 64 client for the moment. So, we've now made a little bit of peace with the Hosen. I was going to end the video there, but I came back this morning and I took some more footage, and I thought I'm going to make this video longer, because longer means better. And I'm going to do some of the Hosen quests. Now, we are pretty much where we would have been anyway if we had started before Blizzard decided to change the starting zones for the Horde and the Alliance. And we do now see quite a dramatic turn in the level of questing. And from here on in, apart from one, which is pretty funky, the quests start to get very generic, which is a bit of a shame, because so far they've been exciting, they've been interesting, you felt immersed within the environment. And ironically, the one quest which is actually good involves the Alliance again. So Blizz, come on, when you seriously have a proper storyline behind your quests, they tend to just generally be better. So that's all I'm going to say on that. That's all I'm going to say. But we're back now to shooting stuff like insects, to get legs off them. Yawn, unnecessary, there's no real relevance. Even if the monkeys like eating the insect legs, you could have made this slightly different. You could have given us like a net gun or something like that and made us fire the tiger flies down from the sky and then beat them over the head with a baseball bat or something to get the legs. Just made it a little bit more interesting Then go around, kill some insects. And then when you've killed some insects, you can go kill something else. However, it takes us into this bit with the Alliance again. And this is actually a very nice kill quest. And it's a kill and collect all in one. Because although these Alliance are level 85, the same level as me, they are substantially higher in HPs. And they hit like absolute trucks for just NPC mobs that, you know, trash mobs that you fight against. The trick here is to pull the Alliance soldiers and then get them near to one of the Hosen that are running around or riding around on the Tigers, because once they get in the range, as you just saw there, they pounce on the Alliance and it instantly kills them. So, as you can see, it takes me a little while to get them down because they are very high in the HPs. Get them by the Hosen with the Tigers, they can jump on them, kill them instantly, and you can get on with the quest pretty quick. So that is a nice little twist, again, on a kill and collect quest. Now, I don't know why that mob's got a red exclamation mark above its head. If anyone can explain that to me, that'd be great. But I don't want to go anything with him at the minute. So that was a good variation. Just about done here. I myself, of course, am doing what I say, not do what I do. I didn't realise, well, I did realise, but I didn't really think to drag them to the guys with the Tigers until a little bit later on. I was like, And then we just have to go kill the king of the tiger people. I imagine this is because they're going around eating the monkeys, but monkey bee is that other white meat. So I just got to go back to the village, I think, speak to a couple more of the Horde guys around the place. She says, by the way, some very, very scary stuff. Like, I'd like to eat some humans or stuff like that. It's very freaky. And then we get the two quests, and one of them is head battering on the desk, frustrating. The first one is we got to kill some of the fish people, which are the Alliance equivalent of the Hosen. So that's fair enough. They're mortal enemies. I can dig that. I can believe that as a kill quest. But the other one is we've got to get a fistful of bird guts. And sadly, it really harkens me back, and I've said it before in another video, to that quest in the Blasted Land where you had to get the basilisk brains. And you needed about 8 of them. However, it took about 30 to 40 odd basilisks to kill before you got the brains, because they just weren't dropping it. So what Blizzard were trying to say was there's 30 odd basilisks running around the Blasted Lands that don't have a brain. Zombie basilisks. And it was like this with the birds. The birds are going to have guts, yeah? They're not going to be flying around without guts. And yet, we killed so many, and they just rarely dropped the guts itself. It was very, very frustrating. Blizz, if you want us to kill more than the allotted number of the collection required, just up the number, make it a guaranteed drop. Just say, right, kill 10 of the birds instead of 6. And that will always drop 1 each time, or 12, or whatever you want. But it just makes no logical sense on something like this to collect some guts, and then they're just not dropping guts. It's very frustrating. I know, making maybe a mountain out of a molehill, but I'm a logical thinker, and stuff like that just gets my goat. So I need to heal up a wee bit now. But we're coming to the end of the vid. So far I'm about halfway, just short of halfway from 85 to 90. I'm not using any modifiers. I'm not putting myself in a guild for this to get the experience buff. And I'm also not getting any rested experience. I'm just doing this raw. So when I do it, you know that this is the very least that you'll need to take to get to level 90. Or the very most, I should say. How you got this mount? Bloody hell, that guy knows how to use his caps lock. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. And I shall be back later on. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.